What's up, y'all? So a common question I've been seeing when it comes to creating AI models and characters is how do you create a consistent character? So let's say you're making an advertisement or a commercial or some type of movie or video you're creating, and that character is going to be shown across multiple scenes. Therefore, you need to generate multiple videos with that character in them. So I figured out a way of how to do this, and I'm going to teach you. All right, so what I did was kind of reverse engineered everything. So think about it like this. Think about what makes you unique or what makes you different from everybody else. And that's the same logic you want to apply when you're trying to create a consistent character. So what do I mean by this? It means you're not a generic person, right? So think about it as if you're in a lab and you're creating a human, right? You would have their height, their weight, their eye color, their hair type, their hair color, their facial features, what type of clothes they're wearing, their ethnicity, their skin color, all those different things like that. So this is how you have to approach creating an AI character and having that same character show up across multiple scenes. So that means when crafting your prompts that you're going to use to actually generate these AI models, you need to be as specific as possible. So think about your character's body type, their height, how are their eyes shaped, how is their nose shaped, what type of hairstyle they're wearing. So what happens is if you have a detailed enough prompt to create a unique enough character, you can turn around and reuse that prompt, but then you can change their pose or the background or the camera angle. You can even change what they're wearing if that applies to the story because their facial features and characteristics will remain the same, just be changing their outfit. Like I said, think about if you're creating a unique human or if you're creating yourself, what are all the details that would go into creating yourself? Then you just turn around and reverse engineer that to create your prompt. And that's the best way I found to create a consistent AI character. Then you can turn around and place them in different scenes, environments, but the character will generally look the same throughout all these different scenes. So I have this general prompt right here, and it's a template where I can just go in and I can fill in the actual details or use ChatGPT to help me fill in the rest of the details that I don't want to fill out. And I just want to give it a general idea of the model that I'm trying to create. So it is kind of long, but it's worth reading. So I'm going to read it out to you. I'm going to give you a prompt to generate a prompt to create an AI model. Don't do it yet, but I'll provide some of the details and you can fill in the rest. Okay, so this is the actual prompt. A full body image of an ethnicity, gender, fashion model with skin tone, body type, and height description. So obviously what's in the brackets will be filled out with specifics. The model has hair type hair, styled in a specific hairstyle with hair color and eye shape, eye color, eyes. Their facial features are natural and realistic. Describe nose shape, cheekbone structure, lip type, brow shape, and any distinct facial traits like freckles, dimples, moles, etc. The skin shows natural pores, light texture, and soft lighting details, avoiding plastic or overly smooth surfaces. So a little side note, the reason for this is because sometimes when you're creating these AI models, they look very plasticky, so we're trying to remove that and make them look as real as possible. So the model is wearing described clothing, outfit type, color palette, fabric textures, and accessory if any. This look will remain consistent across all generated scenes for visual continuity. They are standing in a pose style. And then for the pose styles, we have upright, relaxed, contrapposto, confident, walking, etc. Facing, then we have the camera angle, front facing, 3/4 angle, profile, etc. With the facial expression, calm, confident, soft smile, neutral, focus, etc. Arms are naturally positioned by their sides or in a relaxed stance to allow clear visibility of the torso. The background is describe environment, neutral studio backdrop, sunset beach, minimalist interior, upscale street, forest path, etc. And the lighting is lighting style, soft studio lighting, golden hour light, side lit with shadows, diffuse daylight, etc. Render in ultra high resolution 4K with a cinematic and photorealistic look. Maintain consistent facial features, skin tone, hairstyle, and outfit across all images to allow the character to be reused in different settings or animations, ideally for digital fashion, product visualization, storytelling, and scene continuity. So now we're going to take that prompt and we're going to copy it. Then we're going to come to ChatGPT and we're going to paste it. So now ChatGPT has a context for what we're trying to create. Okay, so now I'm just going to tell ChatGPT to generate a prompt for a black female fashion model, and she's going to be modeling for Gucci. All right, so now we have our actual prompt. Now we can take this prompt and copy it, and we can go to an AI image generator like Imagen 4 or Midjourney, and we're going to actually create our model. So look at how descriptive this prompt is, right? I'm not going to read the full prompt that was generated, but I'll read some. So we have a full body image of a black female fashion model with deep mocha skin tone, lean hourglass figure, and a tall height, around 5'10". The model has tightly coiled 4B hair styled in a sleek, low braided bun with the center part in deep espresso brown. Her eyes are almond shaped and golden brown. So that's going to be such a unique description that we can turn around and we can use that to create a consistent model throughout different scenes. And that's the reason why you want to be as descriptive as possible when generating your AI character, because it makes them unique. So now what I can do is I can take this full prompt and I can copy it. Then I can come into Imagen 4. Then I can paste that prompt and hit enter. Okay, so this was a model that was created and this looks good, but she still looks AI generated and fake. So I'm going to see if we can adjust our prompt some to make her look more realistic. Okay, so this is what I told ChatGPT. Said she still looks plasticky, so we need to make some adjustments to the prompt. Also, the character consistency part is for your understanding and not necessary for the prompt. So I'm basically telling it to remove that character consistency part out of the prompt because we don't want Imagen 4 to get confused. So now it's going to update the prompt for us. Okay, so now we're going to take the updated prompt and copy it. Then we're going to come back to Imagen 4 and we're going to paste it. And let's see if we get some better results. So this one on the left-hand side still looks plasticky, but we can probably work with this one on the right-hand side. So this is how our model looks right here. So we can also take this image and we could upscale it to make it look more realistic. Okay, so now let's just say that we want to put her in a different scene, but we want to make sure that the character still looks the same. We can come back into ChatGPT and we can say, okay, so I'm telling ChatGPT, we need a close-up version of her in a scene. Remember, we need to maintain character consistency, so keep the description similar. Okay, so now we have this close-up prompt. So now let's see if Imagen 4 gives us a similar type of character. So this is our character. So now if we come down and we click right here, they pretty much look the same exact, right? So this is just a close-up shot of her. You can see she has the same hairstyle, she has the same eye colors, and she has the same skin tone. So now what I can do is I can come back into ChatGPT and I can say, okay, give me another scene. And all it's doing is keeping the initial description pretty much the same. Then it's throwing in some modifiers to change the scene, the camera angle, and the background. All right, so now this is her walking down the runway. So you can see from this initial image, right, how she's wearing this white Gucci blazer. She has on these green pants right here. And now her outfit is very similar in these two different images. So as you can see, the character is looking the same across all these different scenes. All right, so now it's giving me this prompt for this nighttime scene. Okay, so now we have her in this nighttime scene right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to animate this first scene right here. Then we're going to come around and we're going to animate the second scene. But the point of this is being that you have the same character in two different scenes. Okay, so I'm going to come back into ChatGPT and I'm going to tell it to generate a prompt so we can animate the first and second scene. So I'm saying, okay, I want to animate the first and second scene with 5-second videos. Give me some prompts. Also, make sure there's a smooth transition from the first and second scene, even though the animations are separate. So I'm telling ChatGPT, remember the model posing is the first scene and then the close-up is the second scene, because for some reason it's thinking that the close-up is the first scene and then the runway walk is the second scene. Okay, so now we have these two prompts and then we can just copy them and take them into Kling and paste them and generate our videos. All right, so I'm in Kling right now and I just pasted that prompt and we're going to animate that scene. I'm using Kling 2.1 Master. All right, so now I'm going to do that for the second scene. And I'm just going to make one slight adjustment to the prompt. So it says a close-up 3/4 angle shot of the same black female model from the previous scene. We're not going to say that because it doesn't know which previous scene that we're talking about. So I'm just going to delete that part and that's it. I'm going to come down and I'm going to hit generate. All right, y'all. So while we're waiting for those videos to actually generate, I just want to show you guys a couple of scenes and y'all can let me know if this character looks consistent throughout these different scenes, right? So this is our first scene. This is a close-up right here. And then this is another scene right here. So obviously it isn't going to be 100% accurate, but they look pretty close to me. But y'all let me know what y'all think. All right, so our first scene is animated and this is what it looks like. So this is what our second scene looks like. And as you can see, the character looks pretty consistent across both scenes. So now what you can do is you can take something like this and generate multiple scenes and make a commercial or advertisement. You would just have to go in, make some edits, and actually tell a story that fits the theme of the brand. But you can take an idea like this and run with it and now start using AI to create videos for brands. All right, y'all. So that's it for this video when it comes to creating a consistent AI character. Hopefully you guys learned a lot and found this information valuable. If you could do me a favor, drop a comment or share this with a friend, and I'll catch you guys for the next video.